Welcome. Hello, my name is Robin and I am the Chaplaincy team leader for Community and Mental Health, Somerset Foundation Trust. This film offers you a short reflection for Easter. In 1651, William Harvey published a book on biology that stated that all animals come from eggs. Now, if we think about a chicken, that makes total sense. But what about a horse? In 1651, we had very limited understanding of how animals, including humans, birds, and plants, came into being. And one reason was that we did not have microscopes, which were powerful enough to give us this insight and knowledge. And therefore, there was huge misunderstanding. And for us modern day people, quite bizarre ideas were developed on how living beings are created. Because for most species, there is a long gap between conception and birth. For centuries, there was no clear theory as to what happens during this time. And so people believed that a species could bring forth an entirely different species. For example, people believed that a frog could bring forth an acorn, or that a woman could give birth to a dog. Stories like these led to people being accused of witchcraft and often fatal persecution, just because we did not know, just because our eyes were too weak, and because we'd not developed powerful enough microscopes. Now, just because things happen in the dark, in places where we can't see and where we lack understanding, does not mean that this has no value or no meaning, or that it's a bad place. Being in the dark can be an interesting place, even a creative one, although it often does feel scary or lonely. Death and bereavement is often seen as a dark place, a place we all want to avoid. In Christianity, the most important festival of the year is Easter. On this day, Christians celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who had died 3 days previously. Although Christians generally have a day of mourning on Good Friday, the day when Jesus was crucified and died on the cross, Christians then celebrate on Easter how new life arises out of death, devastation, and despair. But very few people think of that time in between those two dates. This in-between time, where life appears suspended, dark, empty, where nothing appears to happen, can so easily be dismissed or devalued. But perhaps it is the most important period where transformation and healing can take place. It's just that we can't see it. Easter is now often celebrated with chocolate and eggs. The fact that the eggs are brought by a rabbit rather than a chicken may link back to olden times where we believed that animals could easily change their shape. Easter is a festival and celebration of abundance, where life is joyous and easy. Easter eggs continue to be painted and decorated as a symbol of life, resurrection, hope, and joy. Some eggs have been made using precious jewels. Others are decorated using traditional techniques. Perhaps you will decorate your own this Eastertide. But if you are currently experiencing sadness, loss of hope, or feel your life has no meaning or direction, I encourage you to think about this very important time before birth, in this darkness, often beyond our seeing, knowing, and understanding. Something is being formed. Let's not dismiss this very precious and important aspect of life. Wherever you may be, may this Eastertide bring you signs of hope, joy, and growth. Peace be with you.